Right, welcome. Good morning to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, big edition. And of course, Hansi, I'm giving everything in terms of the analysis. No, yeah, your best in terms of consistent updates about Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So maybe I come on. We'll get straight into it in terms of the analysis. I will give you all the updates, all the analysis that was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So everything is going to be a very, very good one. Of course, guys, I want to say a big thank you to all of you, my subscribers to the channel. No, I'm choosing Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Share like, I want to say a very, very big thank you to you. But also, it's important to me pointing out, say, according to the YouTube analytics and the statistics and the data, there's still a chunk load of you. I'm one subscriber to the channel. No, but keep on watching, and we are grateful for that. But to be able to give you the best of production, send it consistently, all the updates, the analysis, the BBR, it's important. So, Michelle, over person, subscribe to the channel, no, send it be come out, and it's important because trust me, so that's what to me increase the subscription. Now I'm share link now for enjoy what it means is that it gives me the motivation to do more for you, to bring it to you consistently every time with every team. All the analysis now as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. As you already know, we started talking about just one team. Now we've opened up the analysis that I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube because there's good and I want us to go that way. But show them in Tunchia, send it be come out for both of us. Be sure subscribe, turn your notification, share link no number for so enjoy me. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And now huge games that also, but for me, it's worth starting from the Spanish La Liga. Copa del Rey. What happened between FC Barcelona and a team in friend Atletico de Madrid? It was really, really interesting game between the two sides. And Marienfi sent the two sides then they can share in December. A game that Atletico de Madrid got something away from Barcelona. Now, Barca was going into this game to make sure say they press the next of Atletico de Madrid. Now coming winning. Into from the blast of the whistle, you could tell from the starting lineup Hansi Flick had the call matching. Except Hansi Flick had a plan to go and upset and then push Atletico de Madrid, pin them back, and get success in our game. And then, to be very honest with you, when you saw the lineup of Inigo Martinez, Pau Kobasi, Szczesny, Balde, Jules Koundé, Fiifi-Manfred, Pedri, Frankie de Jong as the deep line playmaker, adding Dani Olmo, whilst Pedri does the tempo control and box-to-box job in the absence of a branch friend Pablo Gavi. Then up top, Lamine Yamal, of course, Ferran Torres and a branch friend Rafinha as the outlet in the absence of Robert Lewandowski. So I think that it was a very, very good game plan because obviously with the ball, Barca were going to go into a back three with Koundé, Inigo Martinez, and Kubasi. And then what meant is that in front of them, there was going to be the 3-2 phase of ball progression, where there's Pedri and Brentford and Frankie de Jong right in front of them. Then, of course, Dani Olmo push into the right half space. Then Rafinha will push more like a center forward into the left half space. Then Keita Balde will keep the width on the other side. Then Rafinha will keep the width on the other one. But that was very good. In game state, after first phase, second phase, what was clear is Atletico de Madrid didn't come and attack the game or have loads of the ball. Atletico de Madrid's plan was essentially to sit off FC Barcelona and soak the pressure and then come at them with the turnovers and then heads them. And I wasn't surprised. Said by the time the ball game, they do just a few minutes in there. Atletico de Madrid had the first 2 goals and they were up by 2 goals to 0 because Barca consistently took the ball to Atletico de Madrid. But what was the issue in the first half when Atletico de Madrid shared some first 2 goals was the unavailability unavailability of a sort of the rest defense for team and friend Atletico de Madrid. The rest defense was there, but then I don't think that they were good enough. They were not proactive enough in terms of more press, more counter press. And once Atletico de Madrid sat in and dug deep, almost turning ball over, then they were able to get 2 quick goals in that game versus Atletico versus team and friend FC Barcelona. In fact, it was very clear in front of Mundo Deportivo, in front of Marca. One of the very few times that the 2 Spanish outlets are agreeing on how a game went in there, and also in front of Mundo Deportivo in front of Marca say momento al football, talking about the fact that this is a huge football moment, the fact say some match some sort of one of the best games that I've been seeing Copa del Rey. I mean, if you look in front of the Mundo Deportivo says it calls it the Trepedante, essentially, one of the Trepedante over there. Talking about it and talking about trembling. Or the picture of Atletico de Madrid and the picture of Barcelona and they've titled it Trembling. Essentially, the two teams now were trembling because it was end to end and it was enthralling match. And for me, I like the facts. And for the facts, my only worry was that Abrana Barca game, Barca were dominating the ball. In fact, 60% plus of ball possession at Barca at that point in time when they were down by 2-0. So Barca had a lot of the ball. Barca were playing loads of the game, but just when everybody thought, okay, with most of the ball, Barca are going to dominate and get the wins, like throughout the game, like the 67% ball possession of Barcelona, expected goal of 3.59. The game ended 4-4, obviously. And you could tell, so Barcelona were having loads of the ball. Now, at that point in time, game like I did mention, Julian Alvarez just about the first minutes in the first goal, assisted by Clement Lenglet, and of course Antoine Griezmann, and 2-0 in the 6th minute. So by the 10th minutes, 8th minute thereabouts, Atletico de Madrid were up by 2-0, and for me, that is where my worry for Barca was. Where is the rest defense? How are they dealing with this balls? Turnovers, never. How are they going to deal with it? And that was the big question. But still, Barca were dominating play. You see, not just about how Barca started match or anything on Bocos here, but only Diego Simeone team's elbow match. Not born only Diego Simeone born. Only the ball in the first half. Elbow first half no way. Over like a few minutes. Now Diego Simeone up by 2-0. It's essentially tactical masterclass from Diego Simeone. And Ayadea Oye essentially one of the best stats will take it 2-0 lead. You don't come back from that. And that is what makes the game really exciting from the point of view of Barcelona for, because one of the things that is clear said Barca have been able to do is that in the pre-match analysis, I said it's going to be another game where Barca are out to dig deep. But this time, they get 2 goals down and you're 0-0. And one of the things that I think Hansi Flick has done brilliantly well is the fact that he has worked on Barca 4 players, no psyche. Barca 4 players, the mentality, it has gotten better with Hansi Flick. And that's exactly what you see. 2 goals down. That's essentially the specialty of Diego Simeone. Where they now got he goes to. But then Barca players, they didn't look fast at all. Consistently, they kept on going. And like I said, it was a game where they had to dig deep again. And they did. Albeit this was supposed to be digging deep in a different fashion, digging deep in a much more difficult way against an Atletico de Madrid team that is stubborn and fashioned to play compact with and without the ball. And that's exactly what happened. And once the 2-0 game came, that is where a certain Pedri Gonzalez decided to take the game by the scruff of its neck. And Maka say, I'll say it, and every day when I say it, maybe a lot of people who have not taken their time to look at it will disagree with me, and it's fine. I think it's a football, and it's always important to see if I agree or disagree. We don't always have to see things in the same light. And the fact that, for me, Pedri Gonzalez is the most complete midfielder in all phases of play. From the first phase, second phase, third phase, nobody comes close to a branch friend Pedri Gonzalez or on him. It's I get like really top stuff over there for Pedri Gonzalez and the things that he has been able to do. When you watch Pedri Gonzalez now, Oshe, how he has been able to do the job of he being a midfielder in the first phase, second phase, final third, and then very good ball from out wide from Lamine Yamal, excellent underlapping run from Jules Koundé to get into space when Lamine Yamal had put his attacker close to him, and of course, it cuts back into the penalty box area to Pedri, and then he had 2-1 at that point in time. Then Pedri still have to engineer goals, have to do things well. Of course, the equalizer from a brand friend, Pau Kubasi, also the first ever goal for Barcelona against team, my friend Atletico de Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Huge one for the young 17-year-old 7-10 back now, scoring his first goal for team, my friend FC Barcelona. Inigo Martinez, Emmanuel 3 goals, 2 by halftime. And by halftime, Barca had done a certain level of Ramotanda. And you could tell Barca were going to be confident. In the second half, Barca for 4-2. Now, this is where the problem came. For me, the problem was when Hansi Flick, as a manager, began to pull certain players out. In a game where Atletico de Madrid had now decided to open up, Barca needed control. taking off Pedri Gonzalez, yes, was the first issue, but not just the main issue. I think who he replaced him with. In a game, I think that Barca, Hansi Flick probably should have brought on Marc Casado in the absence of Pedri. So maybe Casado will control the game for him. But one for Casado, but he played, took off him, brought other players into Babaye, Femin, Gavi, and then Frankie de Jong. That axis for me in midfield doesn't work for Barcelona. A midfield axis of Femin Lopez, Gavi, and Abrantia and Frankie de Jong. For me, it doesn't work at all. But that's what Hansi Flick had by for. And you could tell say Barca had lost control. The game became really end-to-end. And that is why in front of Mundo Deportivo, they titled the game Trepedante, saying that trembling. Essentially talking about the fact that at that point in time, the game became more pinting, a cautionary back and you don't want the game to be like that when you're playing against Atletico de Madrid. Also, not bringing on Obitzer Ronaldo Araujo, but Audio Bitzer Garcia. But I know that Garcia has been very good this season for Barcelona and how they play in almost all of their matches. But taking off Abrantia, bringing in Abrantia and Eric Garcia instead of Ronaldo Araujo, for me to deal with somebody like Solo was always going to be a difficult one. Physically, Abrantia and Eric Garcia cannot match Solo in any measure at all, and it was always going to be difficult one for him to deal with over there for Abrantia and your friend Eric Garcia. And I think that that's where the two things are. Abrantia friend Hansi Flick at the tail end of the game, he threw it away because of that. I think it was on the coach in terms of the substitutions, and a lot of the times this season, Barca 4 have given credit to Abrantia friend Hansi Flick for the substitutions having always been spot on. But in this time, you agree with me, there wasn't a spot on substitution from coach your friend Hansi Flick and everything that he's trying to do. It was not a good substitution at all from Hansi Flick. And then Nemrantiano or FC Barcelona, and I think that's why the game ended 4-4. Of course, a good equalizer, two good quick equalizers from Atletico de Madrid for them. Of course, finally Solo in 90+ minutes on them, and really sad one for team and friend FC Barcelona for not getting the results that they intended to get. On the other hand, FC Chelsea against Southampton, and seriously, after the game, one of the big bones of conversations in and around Chelsea Football Club has been the fact that Enzo Maresca has done an excellent job with profiling of Abrantia, your friend, Pedro Neto. So Pedro Neto Wolverhampton Wanderers not consistently as a centre forward finds himself in central areas. Against Chelsea, what has happened is that most of the time Pedro Neto would have to play from the wing and then try to cut in. Enzo Maresca and Penny wing the wingers are cutting the brain. And Pedro Neto is not the best ball carrier. He doesn't really take care of it very well. He's not the best ball carrier. So sometimes it affects his style and his gameplay and all of those things about it. And that essentially have affected him. Now, in the absence of Nicolas Jackson, what Enzo Maresca has done, and it's about Barca and Pedro Neto in a more central position. But in it wasn't just Pedro Neto in a central position. It was a fluid front three of Nkuku staying on the left-hand side, but then consistently, only Pedro Neto will come to the left, come and combine play, go to the right to go and help Abrantia friend Jadon Sancho, drop centrally with Cole Palmer, and then Chelsea stretch now open up spaces for Cole Palmer inside, open up spaces for Enzo Fernandez, who were the two attacking midfielders on the day, because of course deep areas it was a very good inversion from Abrantia friend Marco Correa next to Abrantia friend Moises Caicedo. It won 5th one, and Caicedo and Abrantia friend Marco Correa was so important in terms of winning balls, winning second balls, winning duels, being aggressive with them, pressing them, counter press when 5th one. Yes, it's just a Southampton. In England, bottom place team, but then really, so she gave me a Southampton are not just any team at all. They are confident. Tries to be play out from the back, and you need to do your things well. In fact, game they started in Paul in Wachu, and a very, very good chance, but of course it was clawed out by Abrantia, your friend Philip Jorgensen. It was really important that Chelsea will get that win. Pedro Neto's time at Chelsea has been mixed bag. Last season, while Wolves on a direct transition style was a natural fit for his raw pace and dribbling ability. Of course, Pedro Neto after the game, or say at Wolves, the other one upon say teams try some pressure on high, like big teams bomb pressure on high. Then space never that way short on. He always attack big spaces because the teams will come and press them high. But I'll say, over at Chelsea, most of the teams don't try to press Chelsea high because Chelsea a big team. Chelsea a team one team has over the pressing high side. You have to be a little bit careful. So now he has learned to control the ball in tight spaces. He has learned to understand that if your space is not back as yes, and he has to use the small spaces that come so that he can be influential in there. But with Nicholas Jackson sidelined until April with a hamstring injury, Neto has stepped in as a central striker. The early signs suggest he is well suited for the role because they're now obviously running it behind, and also against Villa. Like I said, against Villa match, the only thing is that Chelsea did not win. But in the first half, you could tell it was a tactical masterstroke from coach Enzo Maresca in bringing a branch of Pedro Neto centrally for him to move center backs around. But against an admittedly shambolic Southampton, he offered a far clearer glimpse of his potential in that position. While his position is in the first few minutes indicated that he would adopt a traditional 9 role, Neto fluidly moved across this entire attacking line over there, frequently interchanging with Christopher Nkunku and Jadon Sancho. His rotation allowed the wingers to drift into dangerous half space around him, where Nkunku led a clever reverse pass to the Portuguese international and smashed a powerful effort pass around Ramsdale to make it 2-0. And it's clear what Enzo Maresca wants to do now in the absence of Nicholas Jackson. So, too much overemphasis of one person being a central attacker. Yes, nominally, it was Pedro Neto that started, but I'm on a more fluid role. Say Pedro Neto and Brad left like crap. Or Brad left, that means that Nkunku have to push inside. He wants a lot of dynamism, many rotations up front, and that's what he wants for them. So anybody can pull center backs, they can pull defenses apart, and they can create spaces for themselves. So it was clear inside Pedro Neto goal no share, where Pedro Neto moved to the wide area, and Nkunku moved inside, and Ole our pass to the man. Once he laid the pass for him, now just down to the ball striking ability of a branch your friend Pedro Neto, and he smashed home that one for Chelsea Football Club, making it 2-0 at that point in time. And I think that it was a really, really important one for them. And one of the players that throughout the game, Obiadi in homecoming, was a branch your friend Cole Palmer. Throughout the game again, got a lot of chances, couldn't get a job done. And it's a Chelsea really trust Enzo Maresca and is involved in the summer transfer window planning. Positions Chelsea want to sign and strengthen, including centre back, centre forward, left winger, and probably new midfielder. Over the new midfielder probably will come with André Santos or Fiifi for them. Chelsea sporting directors now have made it clear. Chelsea are trusting Enzo Maresca. Chelsea trusting Enzo Maresca no more planning on summer transfer recruits players on Betomo, when they will buy them, how they want to buy them, how they want to use them. No, very important. Say, be used to players now in the plan that they want to get them over there. I think it's a much about a thing, and it's still positive that Chelsea can even get fourth position and now so a branch your friend Levi Cole, I'll say it looks as if even third I'll say Enzo Maresca catch you, say throughout all of the bad spell, still Chelsea were in and around fourth position. They were 1 point off. What it means, and he said Chelsea started the season very well. I think that this season Chelsea are going to finish in the UCL places. And then after the game, I called on Instagram, record to us said, "Well done, lads. Last 3. Don't worry, I will be back." And essentially, I'm talking to everybody that was telling himself, I say results things shit I'm bad and saying, so don't worry, he's going to be back. Goes no ever back over there for himself. Pedro Neto after the game, I called him and he said, "When you're to Barca crap, everything is going to be okay. Everything was going to be fine. Until you be able to find man, don't worry, be able to find out on him." And Enzo Maresca after the game went to him and spoke to him, told him, so when you're to Barca, the goals are going to come. He doesn't have to rush, the goals will come. Wanted to tear this out, finish in the Champions League. Not for me. Maresca and Cole Palmer, it's completely normal. Every top player goes through this. It's completely normal. You cannot expect Cole Palmer every game to be like last season or the first part of this season. It's about how he reacts now. He's calm and still happy. Maresca hints priority over the UCL over there. I'll say next week Chelsea have a ball in the Conference League, and 2 days later they play against Leicester. Our league. And I said to my players, we are in our worst moment of our season, and we are 4th, 1 point behind 3rd place. Maresca, when the fans getting frustrated with Jorgensen. Well, my message to Philippe was to not play long. If he does, I'll sack him. In the last month and a half, I've been pushing the players even more. I think our fans need to trust the players because they are fantastic. They work hard every day. And if someone don't work hard or do something I don't like, I don't allow it. And that's exactly what Enzo Maresca about the Manti. And of course, it means that next week probably Chelsea are going to see a Brentford friend Wesley Fofana start against Leicester City. And Chelsea and Wesley Fofana there. Then subsequently there is a game against Copenhagen Beam. Then there's another one against Arsenal. There's another against Tottenham. There's another one against Brentford. All of them, Chelsea are going to get a Brentford and Wesley Fofana back into the team. And it's going to be a really, really good one for Chelsea Football Club. Very, very good one for Chelsea. So many players coming back at the right time for them to go on and compete to play some good football. Hugely important. So Chelsea can get a job done this season when it comes to the style of play and how they want to play. With the games that have been going on, it's going to be a really, really important one for Chelsea to begin to get such results on off when it comes to the games or mobile and how they've been playing them. They're very, very important. So Chelsea will get those results. Guys, this is where we drop the curtain on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. God willing, later in the day, we'll bring you some more analysis. Of course, then we'll get back to you later. Until then, do take care. Bye-bye.